just another glorious day. Crystal clear skies. It's just beautiful out here this morning. Wind's a little bit cold, but we're in the middle of winter, so that's to be expected. The weather's so nice, I thought this would just be a perfect time to take you guys on a trip up to Hao Say Man Viewpoint. It's one of my favourite little places to go to look at the Mekong River. It's a little after 8 AM in the morning and it's just beautiful. Not much traffic as usual. Most people are already on the farm anyway working. I hit the farm this morning around about 5 AM, fed the ducks, chickens and fish, and everything was good. So I left there and then headed on back home to sort out my video kit to take you on this journey. It's just lovely out here. As you can see, driving is an absolute dream. The village here is Ban Sao and it runs for about 7 kilometres. You get the odd farm vehicle. The only thing you really need to be careful of if you're driving a motorbike here is the fact that you get a lot of debris on the road from the farm vehicles. But apart from that, it's an absolute dream. Yeah, you might have to avoid the odd dog or two, chickens, but that's part of life here. This is a farming community and you just have to go with the flow. I still wouldn't change it. I wouldn't change this for anything. We're now just coming up to where my son goes to school. It is nice to see that the local administration has put in some warning signs and painted the road. Most people around here don't really drive that fast, but they've put on a flashing sign saying 30 kilometres and painted the road for warnings, and yeah, it looks really nice. Most people here don't drive very fast anyway. My father-in-law only drives about 40 kilometres an hour top speed, and that's on the highway. So around here people don't go racing around. And again, as I said, most of it's farm vehicles anyway. There's one particular farm vehicle where the locals refer to it as a dak-dak. They refer to it as a dak-dak because that's the sound of the engine. And those things probably only do about 10 kilometres an hour. So again, everything here is much slower. It's not a very fast pace of life. Most people are up around about 4 o'clock in the morning. They're on the farm by 5 and you won't see them until 6, 7 o'clock in the evening. So during normal daylight hours, you'd be lucky to see much in the way of traffic on the roads, especially going through the village. There are lots and lots of temples here. Some of them very, very ornate, some of them very, very simple in their design. From the top of the intersection leading into Chiang Saen town, going through Ban Sao to the end of Ban Sao leading towards Chiang Klong, there's at least 8 temples that I know of, and that's only what's on the main roads. If you head on down some of the small little streets, what they call sois, there's probably an awful lot more. It is predominantly Buddhist. You get a few Muslims floating around, really nice people. During my years of living in Thailand, I've lived in communities where it's predominantly Muslim and predominantly Buddhist. And to be honest with you, I've never had a problem with either. Religion has never ever come into it. They've always accepted me for who I am and what I do, and it's been left at that. I really like looking in some of the temples, especially some of the ruins here. And again, I've got so many videos planned for taking you guys around some of the temples. I spoke to the wife the other day and she said about going up to the temple near Chiang Saen town, and it literally goes right up the mountain, so pretty much standing on the top, so you should get some fantastic views up there, but that's a video for later next week. As usual, the mountains are just stunning. To the right of me we have the Chiang Saen, Chiang Rai mountains, and to the left of me we have the mountains of Laos. It's just stunning. It always changes depending on the light and the weather conditions, you know, fog, mist across the mountains. Just incredible. I couldn't want for more. More foreign tourists here right now, mainly backpackers, some on motorcycles, some on bicycles. It's not difficult to understand why foreign tourists come here for backpacking. It's just such a fabulous area. You've got all the mountains, all the temples. There's so much to see and do in the town. Just loads of little places you can go. I got stopped yesterday by a couple of guys from Spain, really nice couple, just on their bicycles, looking for somewhere to hunker down for the night. Finally found them a little house that took them in. Cheap as chips. I mean, you're looking at about £4 each, and that included something to eat in the morning, so they were more than happy. But again, it's so nice here, just perfect for the backpacker, and the locals are really friendly, so that really helps. Well, just coming up to the Ban Sao intersection. If you take a left here, it'll take you around the back end of Chiang Saen along the Mekong River, and then out onto the main road leading towards Chiang Klong. Well, I see today they've got a market going on, selling a bit of food and bits and pieces. Very nice. Now heading on to the main highway that will lead towards Chiang Klong. I didn't take you round the back road to Chiang Saen, Chiang Klong. It's about a 20-minute journey and it follows the Mekong. I'm going to do that video for another day. For now we're just going to head on up into the mountains. Again, very little traffic and very, very pretty. This is another one of those journeys that I really love to take. A lot of the roads here are under construction. You'll see that as we go along, and it is pretty dangerous. It does go pretty high, to the point where my ears pop on a couple of occasions going up and going down. But the views going up and down are just incredible, as you'll see shortly. As you can see, the mountains are simply stunning, just beautiful. There's an awful lot of planting that goes on the lower sides of the mountains. They'll plant everything from corn to pineapple. No rice, of course, because you need flatlands to grow rice. We're now coming up to part of the road where it's all under construction. They're not only resurfacing, but they're widening the road, and it is, as you'll see, it's pretty awful right now. There's lots of potholes. Most of it's just a mud surface, and when it's wet, it's just impossible on a motorbike to pass this. So we'll see how we go, but it should be fine. It's pretty dry. Well, as you can see, it's pretty perilous, but it's such a pretty part of the road to go through. You're hitting right to the top of the mountain now, and we're about to go down. As you'll see, as you go down, it's just incredible. So you can now see that as we go down the mountain, you get to see right across the valley. Whether you can make out the lake in the background, I really don't know, and I'm hoping you can, but it's just beautiful. I mean, you couldn't really want for anything more. Again, as you can see, it's pretty steep. It's about a 1 in 10, and part of this road is pretty dusty, so again you can easily lose traction. As a matter of fact, I did lose traction at one point on the back wheel, but nothing too serious. Going pretty slow. I'll take it very easy going down this mountain, just so you can see all the natural beauty. So we're now down at the base of the mountain. You can see the road is still under construction, still being widened. How much longer this is going to go on for, I couldn't tell you. But it's just a case of taking it easy. You just have to drive sensibly going around here. So we're now heading up the mountain again, this time leading towards Chiang Saen. Again, the road surface is pretty good, but they are still widening the roads here. So you do have to watch out for a lot of debris on the road. But again, such a beautiful place to ride a motorbike. So here we are, just pulling into Hao Say Man Viewpoint, and this is where I'll get off the bike and show you around. So here we are at Hao Say Man Viewpoint. I think I pronounced that right. It's in the top of Chiang Saen, and as you come up the mountain it leads into Chiang Saen, and from this viewpoint is where you get to see the snake of the Mekong River. It almost gives you the sensation as if you're standing right in the middle of the river, and over there is Laos, and over here is Thailand. It's almost surreal standing in a point where you're looking at two countries. Incredible. It's such a beautiful place. I mean, those mountains are just incredible. That there, folks, is what I call a view. What I would really like to do is to buy a drone, but they're very, very expensive, and finances simply don't allow it at this point. But I'd love to be able to take a drone up here and just fly it right across that river. Incredible. The one I've been looking at is the DJI Maverick Pro. It's got quite a long range on it, and the online reviews on YouTube are pretty good, so that might just be the one that I finally buy, but that could be a year at least before I manage to be able to afford anything like that. Just stunning walking through these trees though. Just so pretty up here though. Down into the valley over there. It's a long way down. It's really, really pretty out here. It's just so nice. There's so many places I want to explore, but this is what you call peace and quiet. It's just lovely, apart from the road, of course, which is right next to me, but it's just so pretty up here. Absolutely love it. Just so much to see and do. I get some funny looks off the locals though with this camera. I don't think they've ever seen the likes of it. Still. So there you go, that's Hao Say Man Viewpoint. I hope you've enjoyed the experience with me. If you want a quick look around. And that, folks, is where we're going to leave it today. I hope you enjoyed the journey with me, and don't forget to subscribe please, and click that like button. It really does help. Have a great day, folks, and see you soon.